so we're gonna go ahead and dive into the next topic, and the next topic is Kanye West. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Kanye West. Kanye West is now pretty much coming out with his faith. Something that is very unpopular in the hip hop culture and all that stuff, and he's very boldly coming out in favor of his Christianity.
His new album, Jesus is King.
Yeah, he's coming out with Jesus is King, and this is actually stirring up a lot of talk around Kanye West because of all this. I know, which I kind of wanted to get Edgar's take on it, because you said that you weren't interested in what he's got going on, but I mean, is there?
No, that was Omar.
Oh, was that Omar?
I think that was me.
Was that you?
On the text? Yeah, I said I really don't care for what Kanye West is doing. And
well, Omar said the same thing. He's like, I don't care about Kanye.
So, I mean, it's not that I care about, I said I don't care what he does in his personal life, but...
what do you think about... Okay, so Kanye West is very... he's starting to become a conservative. He's starting to speak out more about his religion. He's starting to talk about... could
it be the fact that he has a family now? And
you know what? I think that's what it is.
He just said it in the interview. He's like, he's been married for 5 years. He has 4 beautiful children. All his children are religious. His daughter actually encourages him to even go to church more. Mm-hmm. She, what is it called? Sunday service. So she said, there's a song called Sunday Service, but she asked him that she wants to go to every single Sunday service, and she wanted to go to Sunday service in her town. She doesn't want to go anywhere else. So my concept of Kanye is, I mean, he's doing good. His take on it is great. I still think he's a little crazy, man. Like, Kanye West is like, he's trying to put, this is my opinion, it doesn't matter if you guys agree with me or not. I think Kanye puts himself up like he's almost godly.
Well, here's
closer
because
to God.
Because he always remarks like, I'm there, everybody's already canceled me out. I already fallen. I have already dove down, and what can people tell me that hasn't been told any, and then what can you tell me when I'm worth $3 billion and everybody is worth nothing compared to me? What can people tell me when I'm at the top and you guys are at the bottom?
See, I would want to know.
That's like his take, though.
Yeah, but
he doesn't. The fact that he's been through so much, and maybe his income as well, like that just sets him like, well, what do I care what people say?
He does mention that he's hit rock bottom, and he was like, his debt was more than what he was making, and then now he started what's his brand called?
Yeezy.
Yeezy, and his shoes and his clothing line, and now his clothing line is worth like $3 billion, and people want to buy it off of him. And
he's a businessman. And
I mean, yeah, he's right there, and he's doing great, and maybe now financially is doing stupendously, but there's nobody godly, or there's nobody that is, next to God so much that is going to put himself up there.
Yeah, but
and then bring you down.
Yeah, but I don't know that. Okay, so there's two different Kanyes. Okay, there's the Kanye that was, and then there's Kanye that you can see transitioning. Okay, and that's what I think is the important thing, and what I'm kind of focusing on and hoping he does correctly. Kanye West has always considered himself. I mean, back when he wrote Jesus Walks, I always thought that was about Jesus, but it was legitimately about him. He thought he was Jesus, right? I'll just start off by saying I've never liked Kanye. I think I would have to agree with Jeff. I've always thought that Kanye West was just crazy. He's just a nut job. The whole thing with the Taylor Swift, he's a jerk. I've never liked Kanye. I've always given him credit for his music, and I think he's a very creative person. Extremely creative. I love his music. I think he's very creative.
Yeah, his stuff is pretty dope, man. I like Kanye, the artist or the rapper, because I don't think he's a rapper anymore. I think he's more of a gospel singer at this point.
Well, yeah, with his new album. But I like Kanye West the rapper. I don't like Kanye West the person. Yeah, and that's what I used to tell everybody. I used to say I don't like Kanye West the person, but I love his music. I think he's super creative. I give him props for that.
Bomb producer.
Yeah, I give him props for that as much as I can. But I do make it a point to say I don't like the guy, and I think that he's crazy.
Mr. West.
Yeah, but so what I find interesting is you see this transition. I think Edgar hit it on the nose. I think once he started his family, once he had his daughter, I mean, if you really listen to his music, you can kind of see the transition in his music. I think. I mean, I remember hearing songs like 2 albums ago about his daughter, and I think even Kim on some of them, and I would listen to him, and I was like, man, that's totally against what he raps about. And I even thought it was kind of funny. I was like, this guy raps about, boobs and ass, I'll bleep that out, but and that's his whole thing. But when he would rap about his daughter, it was a totally different thing. He would be like, you know what, don't grow up to be like your mom, showing off all this, I don't want that, find yourself a good guy and this and this and that. And I was like, how are you gonna put that on the album where like 2 songs ago you were like, damn, check that chick out, you got big ass, it's like I was like, it doesn't make sense.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying.
It's the evolution of somebody, not everybody sees the light of day immediately. It takes people a lot of times, and we don't even know what he's been going through, personally. And, there was the thing he had with his mental breakdown and maybe a little bit of substance abuse and stuff like that. You don't really know. He probably hit rock bottom and then came back up and like, oh my God, I was doing everything wrong, But when you're in the media, like Kanye is pretty out there. Kanye is one of the top people in the media.
Yeah.
And everything he does is either frowned upon or really, really...
what draws people's attention. That's why
really
TMZ's always on his ass.
Really looked at.
I guess I'm going to be biased in this too. I'm a Christian, so I'm actually hoping it pans out. What sucks for me, what's scary for me, I'm sorry, is if Kanye West doesn't, sometimes there's celebrities that start turning towards God, or just people in general that starts turning towards God and like Christianity, in whatever form they decide to take that on, and then they start going in a direction that seems kind of crazy. There's people in religion that sometimes often get looked at as crazy, and I think it kind of gives a negative light to I think religion and Christianity. So I'm hoping that Kanye West actually does his research. He's not just one of these guys that's just going to go out there and start opening his mouth about things that he doesn't really know about and almost making Christianity look bad or nutso, when I don't think that's the case.
It might not be the case, but when you hear him in interviews, because I just saw the interview with Big Boy, and he still at points sounds perfectly fine, and you could see his points come across, and it's really, really thought out and maybe even rehearsed, but some of the stuff when it's totally out of whack.
Yeah, and from the stuff that I've heard too, I have to agree. I think he's still... But this is why I'm not discrediting him. I'm not discrediting him because I'm hoping that he's actually doing his research. I mean, to go from...
he probably has a team.
Well, maybe so, but what I mean
because he has his own stuff that he does. I mean,
no.
If I had that money, I'd have my own team. Research it, tell me what you got.
He has a pastor that he considers his pastor, and somebody's helping him out, I'm pretty sure.
But what I'm trying to say is nobody starts out perfect. I mean...
Well, nobody is perfect.
True. Well, okay. Well, nobody starts out... Nobody's perfect. What I'm trying to say is that the guy is not going to know everything perfectly right now. No. He's going to struggle. He's going to mess up on some things, but he's trying. And I think you see that transition because Kanye
he has really good points on his views too.
I think so too.
Especially think, coming out of it as what we just came across social media. Mm-hmm. He's like, why are you guys spending so much money on social media? Why are you guys spending so much money on flashy things, watches, bracelets? Yeah, why are you guys spending money on cars and things to swag out? United States is for sale. Take it and make it yours. Buy property, invest. If you're not doing the right thing and you're just feeding into social media, You're falling right into their trap. And that's the thing that I like about Kanye right now, is that he's not only talking about something that is religious, he's talking about political views.
Oh yeah,
he's talking about how, you know, social media is just guiding you down, you know, what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And there's such a lot of other ways to get you out of poverty, to get you out of, I mean, if you want to be in the hood, you can be in the hood, but there's such other ways to get yourself educated,
and this
without not feeding into people's demise or trying to put you down and stuff like that.
I think this is why I'm giving Kanye West props, because I think he's thinking a lot of things through, and he's starting to realize the ramifications of things. So like he gets in, like you said, he gets into politics too. He gets into, you know, abortions. He's saying, look, if I'm not mistaken, I'll find the stat and I'll put it up, but I think blacks have like the highest abortion rate right now. And he's trying to say, look, God doesn't want us killing babies, and those are our babies, you know, let's keep our babies, let's raise our babies. Why are we the ones that are aborting our kids? And then he gets into a couple different issues. He gets into welfare. He's like, you know, they create this welfare system, and it keeps us stuck on the welfare. We depend on this welfare. We depend on the government now.